Hi students, this is the third video of chapter number 1 Rotational Dynamics 12th Standard Maharashtra State Board. In the second video, we have studied about the applications of uniform circular motion. In this applications of uniform circular motion, we are studying about the two applications. First one is vehicle along a horizontal circular track and the second one is well or wall of death, that is the Motka Kuwa. Now today I am going to start the third application and it is very important application, vehicle on a bank road. Before starting this application, what is meant by bank road? Bank road is defined as the phenomenon in which the edge are raised for the curved road above the inner edge to provide the necessary centripetal force to the vehicle so that they take a safe turn. So bank road means, bank road is defined as the phenomenon in which the edge are raised. Here the edge of the road is slightly raised, means slightly ऊपर उठाया है. Defined as the phenomenon in which the edge are raised for the curved road above the inner edge to provide the necessary centripetal force to the vehicle so that the vehicle take a safe turn here. So this is called as a bank road. Now we are studying about the detailed application of the vehicle on the bank road. So this figures 1.6 shows vehicle on a bank road. So this is the vehicle on a bank road. So first one, figure 1.6 shows the vertical section of a vehicle on a curved road of radius r, bank at an angle theta with the horizontal. Considering the vehicle to be a point and ignoring friction, not eliminating. So here consider the vehicle to be a point and ignoring friction, not eliminating. So here friction is not considering but not eliminating also. Considering the vehicle to be a point and ignoring friction, not eliminating. So here friction is not considering but also not eliminating. And other non-conservative forces like air resistance. So these all forces are not eliminating but not considering also. So here there are two forces acting on this vehicle. So this is the vehicle and on that vehicle there are two forces are acting. Which two forces? Weight mg, this weight mg acting vertically downwards, normal reaction n perpendicular to the surface of the road. So the road surface is like this, that's why the normal reaction force is to the surface of the road. If suppose the vehicle is like this, so the normal reaction is perpendicular to the road, but the vehicle is like this, that's why the force, that is the normal reaction force, is acting like this. So here weight mg acting vertically downwards and normal reaction n perpendicular to the surface of the road. As the motion of the vehicle is along a horizontal circle, the resultant force must be horizontal and directed towards the center of the track. So as the motion of the vehicle is along the horizontal circle, the resultant force must be horizontal and directed towards the center of the track. Next one, it means that the vertical force mg must be balanced. So it means the vertical force must be balanced. We have to resolve the normal reaction n along the vertical and along the horizontal. So here resolution, we are studied in the 11th standard in the vector, scalar and vector chapter, resolution of vector. If suppose this is the theta, so here on the vertical side we take cos theta, and on the horizontal side we can take sin theta. So thus we have to resolve the normal reaction L along the vertical and along the horizontal. So here cos theta we take on the vertical side and sin theta we are taking on the horizontal side. Therefore n cos theta, this one n cos theta, that is the vertical section, balances the weight mg, and this n sin theta, it is the resultant force or the centripetal force or balance the centrifugal force. Centripetal force means directed towards the center of circle, and centrifugal means directed away from the center of circle. So here n sin theta is the resultant force, centripetal force, or the balanced centrifugal force. Centrifugal means directed away from the centrifugal force. If here it is not force, this force is not applicable, so the vehicle ये रास्ता छोड़ के बाहर जा सकती है. So n sin theta is the resultant force. Thus in magnitude, n cos theta is equal to mg, because they are exactly opposite forces and these two forces are balanced with each other. So n cos theta is equal to mg, this is the first equation, and n sin theta, which is equal to centripetal force, that is mr omega square, and this one we are already studied. Therefore v is equal to omega r, therefore omega is equal to v upon r. So here n sin theta is equal to mr omega square, n sin theta as it is, mr as it is, here omega square, that's why we are taking v square upon r square, r 1 r, and this r gets cancelled. So n sin theta is equal to mv square upon r. So this is the second equation. Now divide equation 2 by equation 1. Therefore n sin theta divided by n cos theta is equal to mv square upon r divided by mg. So here n gets cancelled. Sin theta upon cos theta is equal to tan theta. Therefore mv square upon r divided by mg. So mv square upon r as it is. If there is no number in the denominator, so 1. So mv square upon r into 1 upon mg. This is the simple division of fraction. Therefore mv square into 1, mv square, r into mg, rmg. So therefore tan theta is equal to mv square divided by rmg. So mm gets cancelled, therefore tan theta is equal to v square upon rg. Tan theta is equal to v square upon rg. So this is the very important formula for the banking of road or vehicle on a bank road. Here theta is the angle, v is the velocity, r is the radius, and g is the acceleration due to gravity. So here there are certain cases. First one is most safe speed. So for a particular road r and theta are fixed. So for a particular road r and theta are fixed. So tan theta is equal to v square upon rg. Therefore v square is equal to rg tan theta. Rg is the denominator. If we take v square on the left hand side, so rg goes on the numerator, that is rg tan theta. Therefore vs, if we taking the square root of this, so under root rg tan theta. So here vs is the safe speed of the vehicle. So this formula shows the safe speed of the most safe speed of the vehicle. Next one is banking angle. While designing a road, this expression helps us in knowing the angle of banking edge. So while designing the road, we are already studied what is meant by bank road. While designing a road, this expression help us is knowing the angle banking us. Therefore tan theta is equal to v square upon rg. Therefore theta is equal to tan inverse v square upon rg. So if here sin theta is equal to 1, therefore if we find out the theta, so theta is equal to sin inverse 1. Therefore sin inverse as it is, and sin 1 means it is a sin 90 degree. So sin gets cancelled. So theta is equal to 90 degree. In this way we have to calculate the banking angle. So this is the first one is most safe speed, and second one B1 is the banking angle. Now the third and very important, speed limits. So speed limits, there is a two speed limits, that is the lower speed limit and upper speed limit of vehicle on a bank road. So here there is a two speed limits, that is the lower speed limit and the upper speed limit on vehicle on bank road. So first we derive the equation of lower speed limit. So this is the diagram of figure 1.7. Bank road, that is the lower speed limit. So The figure 1.7 shows the vertical section of a vehicle moving along the curved bank road. So this is the vehicle. The road is bank at an angle theta. So this road is bank at an angle theta. The mass of vehicle is m. So this is the vehicle and the mass of the vehicle is m, which is moving along a curved bank road of radius r. So the mass of the vehicle is m and which is moving along a curved road of radius r. Next one, the forces acting on the vehicle are, so this is the vehicle and on that vehicle there are certain forces are acting. Which forces are acting? First one, its weight mg acting vertically downwards. So on that vehicle its weight mg acting vertically downwards. Normal reaction n between the road and the vehicle acting perpendicular to the bank road. So we are already studied perpendicular to the bank road. The road is like this, that's why the normal reaction is acting like this. So the force acting on the vehicle are its weight mg acting vertically downwards. Normal reaction n between the road and vehicle acting perpendicular to the bank road. And this normal reaction force resolving into two components, we are already studied. This normal reaction force resolving into two components. Vertical component is n cos theta and the horizontal component is n sin theta. Here vertical component is n cos theta and the horizontal component is n sin theta. So next one, the most safe speed of the vehicle on this bank road, as we derived equation for this, that is Vs is equal to under root Rg tan theta. So this equation we are derived earlier. Next one, but in actual practice vehicle never travel exactly with this speed. But in actual practice the vehicle never travel exactly with this speed. And other component of force of static friction need to be considered in this case, and this force of static friction will exist between the road and the tire surface. So but in practice vehicle never travel exactly with this speed, and the other component of force of static friction, that is the force of static friction, need to be considered in this case. And this force of static friction will be exist between the this road and the tire surface. So for lower speed limit, Vs is less than under root Rg tan theta, and centripetal force, that is the mv square divided by r, should be less than n sin theta. So here for lower speed limit, Vs, that is the speed. So for lower speed limit, the most safe speed is less than under root Rg tan theta, and centripetal force, that is mv square upon r, should be less than n sin theta. So next one, force of static friction is directed along the inclined road and it will be directed outward. So it will existing between the road surface and the tire. Due to this situation or condition, the force of static friction is denoted by Fs. So the force of static friction is directed along the inclined road and it will be directed outward. So it will existed between the road surface. So it will existed between the road surface and the tire. This one is the tire and the tire. Due to the situation or condition, the force of static friction is denoted by Fs. Fs is the static friction, force of static friction. Next one, now the force of static friction resolving into two components. Again, this force of static friction is resolving into two components. Vertical component is Fs sin theta and its horizontal component is Fs cos theta. So this force of static friction is resolving into two components, that is vertical component is Fs sin theta and the horizontal component is Fs cos theta. Now from this figure we can say that the component n cos theta and Fs sin theta are in the same direction. So from this figure we can say that the component n cos theta and fs sin theta are in the same direction, that is the upward direction, and both this component balancing this weight mg, and both this component ns cos theta and fs sin theta balances the weight mg. Therefore mg is equal to fs sin theta plus n cos theta. So this is the first equation. Why I am writing this equation? Because the component n cos theta and fs sin theta are in the same direction, that is the upward direction, and both this component balancing the weight mg. That's why mg is equal to fs sin theta plus n cos theta. So this is the first equation. Next one, whereas the component n sin theta which is directed towards the the component n sin theta which is directed towards the center and the component fs cos theta which is directed outwards, both are in the opposite direction. So this n sin theta and fs cos theta both are in the opposite direction, and the resultant is the centripetal force. So once again I am going to explain. Whereas the component n sin theta which is directed towards the center and the component fs cos theta which is directed outwards, both are in the opposite direction, and the resultant is the centripetal force. So therefore we can write mv square upon r. The resultant is centripetal force, so centripetal force is mv square upon r is equal to n sin theta minus fs cos theta, because the component n sin theta which is directed towards the center and the component fs cos theta is directed outwards. That's why both are in the opposite direction, and the resultant is the centripetal force. Therefore mv square upon r is equal to n sin theta minus fs cos theta. So this is the second equation. First equation is mg is equal to fs sin theta plus n cos theta. Next one, divide equation 2 by equation 1. So mv square upon r is equal to n sin theta minus fs cos theta divided by equation 1 is mg is equal to fs sin theta plus n cos theta. So but for minimum speed, force of static friction fs is maximum and equal to mu s n. Mu s n is the coefficient of the static friction. Mu s is the coefficient of static friction. So but for minimum speed, force of static friction fs is maximum and equal to mu s n. So substitute fs in above equation. Here mm gets cancelled, so what is remaining? V square upon rg, and on the fs we put mu s n. So n sin theta as it is minus mu s n cos theta divided by mu s n sin theta plus n cos theta. So now next one, take n as a common from numerator and denominator, then v square upon rg is equal to sin theta minus mu s cos theta divided by mu s sin theta plus cos theta. So next one, dividing numerator and denominator by cos on right hand side of equation. So divide numerator and denominator by cos on the right hand side of an equation. Therefore sin theta upon cos theta is equal to tan theta. So tan theta minus. Therefore cos theta upon divide by cos theta. Answer is 1. Therefore mu s only. Mu s into 1 only mu s divided by rg. Sin theta upon cos theta, tan theta. So here mu s tan theta plus cos theta divided by cos theta, answer is 1. So here mu s sin theta divided by cos theta is tan theta plus cos theta upon cos theta 1. Therefore v square upon rg is equal to tan theta minus mu s divided by mu s tan theta plus 1. Therefore v minimum is equal to, if we take the square root, so under root rg into the bracket tan theta minus mu s divided by mu s tan theta plus 1, or v minimum, that is the lower speed limit, v minimum is equal to Rg into tan theta minus mu s divided by 1 plus mu s tan theta. So this is the equation for lower speed of the vehicle on bank road. So this is the equation for the lower speed of the vehicle on a bank road. So as we can say, as in this equation for the lower speed of the vehicle on a bank road, it is independent of a mass of the vehicle. So this equation is independent of the mass of the vehicle because the physical quantity m, here the mass of the vehicle m, which indicates the mass of vehicle, is absent. So this equation of lower speed of vehicle on curved bank road, it is independent of the mass of the vehicle. So this equation of lower speed of the vehicle on a curved bank road, it is independent of the mass of the vehicle. So this is the equation of lower speed limit of vehicle on a bank road. Next one is upper speed limit. So the upper speed limit, we can students, this is the homework for you. You can derive the equation for upper speed limit. The equation for upper speed limit is Vmax is equal to under root Rg tan theta plus mu s. Here in lower speed limit, here minus, so here plus mu s divided by 1 minus mu s tan theta, and in lower speed limit it is 1 plus mu s tan theta, but in upper speed limit it is 1 minus mu s tan theta. So this is the equation for upper speed limit of the vehicle on a bank road. So this is the homework. You can derive the equation for the upper speed limit. So in this video we are basically study about the third application, that is the vehicle on a bank road. And in this vehicle on the bank road, we are studied about the some cases, that is the most safe speed, then banking angle, and then the speed limit, lower speed limit and the upper speed limit. If you have any doubt in this video, you can ask me anytime. Thank you.